Hey, how's it going? It's Kaylee. So I have a bit of a problem with my art that I've been noticing. I don't use enough contrast. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit of a vlog. You're going to follow me through a couple of paintings as I try to solve that. Okay, so my first piece is trying to figure out how to exaggerate a face and how to show emotion while still making the object appear three-dimensional. I chose a picture of an actor fake giving birth. So she's doing the breathing and the you breathe damn it kind of a thing. I skipped over most of the beginning of the drawing because you can barely see it, to be honest. I sketch very lightly in a coal erase pencil because it keeps the pastel from smearing, which is a big problem with Cray-pas, especially with graphite. Yeah, go ahead and ask me how I know that. It's not like I destroyed about half a dozen sketches that I thought went really well in the sketch phase, only to start rubbing them down with the pastels and just have the graphite go everywhere. I was also pretty timid with the skin colors here. I tried to make them look pretty ordinary. Tried to make the skin color very skin color and the shadows a very cool tone, purples and blues mostly. I feel like I could have made this piece work a lot better if I had included some reds and greens and just all colors of the rainbow. It's just unnerving. It's too close to being a real human face, but just far enough off that you look at it and you're like, no. That's not a good thing. That's a nightmare thing. I actually have this running gag with my fiance where I'll call her from outside of a room, and then when she's looking at me, I'll peek this drawing around the corner and scare the crap out of her. So I like to use a cheaper pastel for the background. So with this one, I'm just using Panda. And that's about it. Nothing much more to say about this one. So this is the first step. The goal here was to try to make a figure that is rounded. And by that I mean it has depth. The goal is not to make a good piece of art per se. The goal is to find a style. This isn't it. I'm going back to the drawing board. So it's actually a little later in the day. I've got to turn on the lamp for some working light. It helps to balance out because I've just got a desk lamp on one side. So having a light from a second source really helps to balance out the shadows and make it film a little bit better. This sketch you can see a little bit better, so I left more of it in. I forget what reference photo I used. I think it might have been Mike Tyson or something. I don't know. I can't really remember. Instead of using a coal erase pencil this time, I'm using one of my Crayola erasables. These things are way cheaper, and with what it seems like Prismacolor is discontinuing the coal erase. So I'm trying to get used to these ones while I still have the option of using the coal erase. So this one I'm trying to use more interesting colors. So I'm going into the skin tone with some cool blues and greens and some yellows for light. I'm not a fan of the way that I did the eyes. The pupils are just way too black for my style. And the sclera kind of make it look like he's sick, which isn't great. Just some final touch-ups on the ear, and then we move on to the jacket. I need to get better at jackets and clothing, just in general. I just sell myself short on it. I've worked so hard on making faces that I've kind of given up on clothing, and I don't like that for myself. I should work on that. Again, with the Panda, I believe, for the background, and just a little bit of a pink to set it off. I'm liking them. I'm liking the color that I'm using. I feel like I'm getting held back by my art supplies though. So I'm going to switch from using the Cray-pas Expressionist, which I have been using up to about now, to using Gallery. They call them professional grade. I tend to believe that. They're pretty good. I've done pieces before and after. Here's a piece that I've done with the Gallery. You can tell that the pigment is a lot more ground and there's a lot less binder in the actual stick. So I think going forward, I'm gonna put the Cray-pas away, except when I really want that grittiness. I'm gonna start using something that's actually good. So to start off, here's my little baby cat, Rosie. She likes to check up on me from time to time, make sure I'm doing okay. I don't know if you can tell in this video, but she's actually missing her tail. She's not naturally a minx. She's actually surgically a minx. She had to have her tail removed for injuries at a very young age. She's okay now. It doesn't seem to have affected her much. I also wanted a little bit of a more cinematic angle, so I'm pulled out my tripod and I'm filming from the side. You can very clearly see that I've broken into the harder stuff now. It is the next day. I do take breaks every once in a while. This is, oh God, what day was it? I guess it doesn't matter what day it was. Let's just say it was the next day. So I've got my energy drink. We call them Biffy Widgets in my house. That stands for Bad For You Wake Up Juice. And I'm using the Gallery. And I'm also using my erasable again. You can see I've got a big pot of them on my desk right by the fan. You can also see that I have uncaged the beast. And I'm using every color at my disposal with these Gallery. It's only a 36 set. That's the biggest that I can get in town without ordering from Amazon, and I do not like ordering from Amazon. I'm trying to secure a larger set. It's probably not going to happen. So if that falls through, I'm going to look at getting the 72 set from Amazon. But until then, I'm using this beautiful 36 set, and I'm just abusing it. Absolutely wrecking shop with it. I have a certain order that I like to go on the face. It keeps it tidy. I like to go down to the mouth and then over to the forehead and then kind of work my way around the face from there. I don't know if it's necessarily the best way to do it. It kind of just makes the most sense to me. So this little guy, I'm calling him Rainbow Man, not to be confused with Rosie Man, who was my first love on this channel, is going great. I cannot believe how well this guy feels. Tones are good, the colors are well balanced. There's a little bit, I could have gotten a little bit more blue, but that's a small thing. There's enough purple to offset that. And I do go blue in the neck eventually. I like to call these pieces that go exceptionally well and kind of represent a new style, or rather a new plateau of skill. I like to call them Epiphany Pieces, and I like to kind of differentiate them from standard practice. This one's actually going up on the wall. I quite like it. Even in grayscale, it looks great. I like to do that to check tones every once in a while, as I'll take a snapshot of it on my phone and I'll just switch it to grayscale, see if I need to darken up any tones or lighten them up or what have you. And with this one, when I swapped it to grayscale, I pretty much couldn't tell anything was wrong with it. It just looked like it was a normal map of a human face. Which really, I mean, that's kind of a good thing. It is supposed to be a face after all, even if it is a magical Technicolor dream face. This old man with his fancy hair, his purple hair, his green hair, every kind of hair. You know, I actually got this size of sketchbook specifically so that I could have an easier time of actually finding picture frames for them. Anyway, the background's almost done, and I think that I'm almost done. Goodbye! Hi! So this piece is where I'm going to end up on this. So we started here, ended up with that. I think that's a pretty good transformation so far. This is an ongoing process. Finding a style is not easy. I think I'm getting closer though. For now, little Rainbow Man's going up on my wall. I'm signing off. God, this lighting is terrible. I really have to do something about this lighting. Anyway, see y'all next week.